So I have some very exciting and good news from Israel Adesanya's coach, Eugene Behrman. According to him, Israel Adesanya will likely compete again this year, which does surprise me a little bit. I mean, he didn't say for certain. He said keyword uh likely. He didn't say for sure. But it does surprise me just because his fight with Dricus was a very hard fought, grueling battle, where he didn't. I wouldn't say he took that much damage, but I mean they both beat each other up in there, and it was a grueling war. So you'd think that Israel Adesanya might need a bit of time off after that fight. Dricus Duplessis too, but no, Israel Adesanya apparently wants to get right back to work, which I did say it's surprising, but then again, knowing Israel and how active he was as champion, to see Adesanya be active again as a contender doesn't surprise me because even contender Izzy pre-title run, before his 12 championship fights, was always active, like fighting 3, 4 times a year. And now looks like we might see him again before 2025. I guessed we would see Izzy like in the first Q of next year, but we could be seeing him a little bit sooner. And Kyle Barajo even commented on this post saying December? So that could be a potential option for Israel Adesanya there. Is a fight with Kyle Barajo, who just had an amazing performance and finish over Jared Cannonier. The ref didn't stop the fight; it went to a decision, but he knocked Jared out. That would be a pretty good fight. In December. I mean, both had some hard five. Well, Kyle was 5 rounds. Izzy got finished in the fourth, but you know, I could see that being a viable option because right now everyone else in the middleweight top 10 I think is booked up. Let me just look at these rankings. So, okay, Sean Strickland doesn't have a fight, but he already beat Izzy and is looking at a title shot. Um Israel, oh, why did I even mention his name there? Izzy's not fighting Izzy. Robert Whitaker's fighting Khamzat Chimaev. And Izzy already beat him twice, so there's really no point in making that fight unless it's for a title. And Mavov is already booked to fight Brandon Allen, so that's not going to happen. Although, maybe the winner of that could turn around in December. I don't know. I feel like the winner of that's not going to fight again until early 2025 or mid 2025 at best. There's Costa. I mean, Izzy could fight Costa and just get an easy win over the same guy again, but kind of a pointless matchup. I think Roman Dolidze's booked. I'm not sure who he's fighting. If he's not booked, they can make that fight. I think Izzy could easily beat him. Marvin Vettori said he's coming back by the end of the year, but Izzy already beat him twice, so Izzy's kind of in a tricky spot in the middleweight division because he's fought a lot of guys in the rankings. He's fought Jared, Marvin, Whitaker, Strickland. He fought the champion. He fought Paulo Costa, and his like only options are again the winner of Allen and Mavov, but I don't think that would be this year. And if it's this year, it could be Kyle Barajo. And I mean, in either of these fights, I mean, how will Israel Adesanya do? I mean, Israel Adesanya looked really good in his last fight with Dricus Duplessis. He didn't look washed up. I just think Dricus Duplessis at the end was just, he was too much. His durability, his power, his strength took over, and he was able to get the finish against Israel Adesanya. But if he fights Kyle Barajo, I mean, Kyle Barajo is dangerous. He's a dog. But I think Izzy could win that fight. I mean, Kyle was struggling with Cannonier before he got the finish that he was robbed of. And Israel Adesanya is way more technical than Jared, better IQ, way slicker than Cannonier on the feet. He might be able to piece up Kyle Barajo, but in that fight, we might see Kyle grapple more than he did in his last fight because of how good Izzy's striking is. So the grappling aspect of Kyle Barajo does make this fight dangerous for Izzy and does worry me for him, but I think Izzy could take him. And I mean, if he does end up fighting the winner of a Mavov, Allen, Allen worries me more than, or sorry, Imavov worries me more than Allen because Nasruddin Imavov is very well rounded. He's a good striker, good grappler, and he's getting better every single fight. And Israel Adesanya, he's getting up there in age. He's had a long career. The game is kind of passing him by now, so I think Imavov might have a shot at beating him. Izzy might still win that, but who knows? But if it's Brendan Allen, I don't really rate Brendan Allen that much, and I think Israel Adesanya could easily beat Brendan Allen because Allen doesn't really have the things that, Izzy's last few opponents who beat him had that gave him problems. Like Pereira and Dricus had power, Dricus had the grappling, Strickland had the boxing and pressure. All Allen really has is the grappling, doesn't really have the power. His striking is good, but not at Adesanya's level, so Adesanya should win that. As an Adesanya fan, I'm hoping that upon his return, he can be successful and have like a Robert Whittaker post-championship run and just beat up all these contenders, which I don't doubt he could do because the middleweight division isn't really that strong. I mean, not many of the guys here are that good apart from Sean, Dricus, and Robert and Kamzat. I mean, Imavov is good, but again, middleweight's not the most stacked talent. It's not the most talent stacked division. So I wouldn't really label many of these fights unwinnable for Izzy on his comeback, but we'll see. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Izzy's return? Do you guys see him having success upon his return? Or is this going to be the beginning of the end? And will he go on a longer losing streak? Like and subscribe, and peace out.